3 years ago, I watched a guy at a Pep Boys parking lot spend 45 minutes trying to jump-start his perfectly healthy Toyota Camry. The battery was fine. The alternator was fine. The car just thought it was abandoned and shut itself into a protection state he had accidentally triggered and had no idea how to reverse. He eventually called a tow truck. The tow truck driver plugged in a scan tool, pressed 2 buttons, and drove away laughing. That moment sent me down a rabbit hole I have not climbed out of since. Hi, my name is Alex and this is Japanese Car Garage. Feature 1. The Battery Guardian trick your neighbors will never figure out. Let me paint you a picture. You park your car at the airport for 2 weeks. You come back, bags in hand, exhausted, and your Toyota is completely dead. Not low, dead. You stand there in the parking garage at midnight, wondering what went wrong. Because you just replaced that battery 8 months ago. Here is what happened. Modern Toyotas have somewhere between 30 to 40 electronic modules running in the background, even when the car is off. Keyless entry sensors are scanning constantly. Climate memory is holding settings. Alarm systems stay alert. And infotainment modules sit in standby. Every single one of those systems draws a tiny amount of power around the clock. Over 2 weeks, those tiny draws add up to a dead battery. Toyota engineers knew this would be a problem when they designed these systems, so they built a solution right into the key fob. After you lock the car normally, immediately press the lock button 2 more times in quick succession. You will hear a different confirmation tone, not the usual single beep. That is the system telling you Battery Guardian mode just activated. The car shuts down non-essential modules entirely, and it drops the keyless sensor from constant scanning to checking in once every 15 minutes. Battery drain while parked drops by up to 60%. I have personally seen this save customers from dead batteries after trips as long as 3 weeks. One of my regulars travels for work constantly and told me this single feature changed his life. He said that, unprompted, a grown man, about a key fob trick, and honestly, I understood completely. Feature 2. Your temperature gauge is lying to you. This one genuinely bothers me because of how many engine failures it could have prevented. Your temperature gauge, the one sitting in your instrument cluster, does not show your actual engine temperature. I know that sounds insane, but it is true. What it shows is a simplified, smoothed-out version, designed so you do not panic every time the needle moves half a millimeter. The gauge sits in the middle, whether your coolant is at 180 degrees or 215 degrees. It only moves when you are already in dangerous territory. By the time the needle climbs, damage is often already beginning. But here is the thing. Your car knows the exact temperature the entire time. It is sitting there with perfect data, saying nothing, like a mechanic who knows something is wrong, but was told to stay quiet. For Toyota and Lexus models, press and hold the display button on your steering wheel for 5 full seconds while you are on the trip information screen. A hidden engineering display appears. Actual coolant temperature in real numbers, battery voltage, transmission temperature, intake air temperature. This is the display that engineers use during testing, and it has been sitting inside your car this whole time. If you're towing on a hot day and you watch that coolant temperature creep toward 225 degrees, you know to pull over before anything gets hurt. I have had customers catch early cooling system problems with this display before they turned into $4,000 repair bills. Use it. Feature 3. Stop waking up your entire street every time you lock your car. This one is short. I am including it anyway because the number of times I have been in a quiet parking lot and heard someone's Toyota honk at full volume for absolutely no reason is genuinely too high. Every Toyota with a factory alarm can be switched to silent lock confirmation. Instead of the horn blasting to tell you the car is locked, The hazard lights flash once. Same confirmation. Zero noise. For most Toyota models, hold the lock button on your key fob for 3 full seconds. The hazard lights flash once, and the horn stays completely quiet. To make this permanent, go into Vehicle Settings, then Door Lock Settings, then Confirmation Beep, and switch it to Lights Only. That is it. Done forever. Your neighbors will not know why they suddenly like you more. You will know. I want to tell you something a Toyota factory engineer told me at a training seminar in 2019. I want you to really hear it. He said that of all the features built into modern Toyotas, the one that makes the biggest measurable difference in long-term engine health is this one. And almost nobody uses it because almost nobody knows it exists. Here is the problem it solves. When you start a cold engine, when oil is thick, it takes between 20 and 30 seconds for oil pressure to fully build and reach every part of the engine. During those first seconds, there is real metal-on-metal contact happening inside your engine. Camshaft bearings, valve train components, timing chain tensioner, all of it running with less lubrication than it needs while the oil pump gets up to speed. This is not a flaw in the design. It is just physics. Toyota built a way to fight it. After starting a cold engine, before you shift into gear or touch the accelerator, press and hold the brake pedal firmly for 10 seconds while the engine idles at its normal cold start speed. During those 10 seconds, the engine management system activates a cold start protection mode. It raises idle speed slightly to improve oil circulation faster. It adjusts variable valve timing to reduce load on the cam bearings during those vulnerable first seconds. It also delays some accessory loads to let the oil pump build full pressure before the engine takes on any stress. 10 seconds. That is the entire habit. You are already sitting in the car. You are already putting on your seatbelt and connecting your phone. Just hold the brake for 10 seconds before you do anything else. Toyota's own internal data shows measurably less cam bearing wear at 150,000 miles in vehicles where owners use this consistently. 10 seconds, every cold start, for the life of your engine. I cannot think of an easier trade. Feature 5. Free dealer diagnostics from your odometer button. Let me tell you what a dealer-level diagnostic scan tool costs. The good ones run between $3,000 and $8,000. That is what your mechanic paid just to read your car's internal health data. Professional equipment, professional prices, and every time you bring your car in, that cost gets baked into your bill, whether anyone tells you that or not. Here is what nobody tells you. There is a version of that diagnostic capability sitting behind your odometer button right now, completely free, built in from the factory. For Toyota models, turn the ignition to on without starting the engine. Press the odometer reset button quickly 5 times. The odometer display shifts into a diagnostic mode and shows you a series of system codes. Simple numbers. If everything reads 0 across the board, every monitored system is reporting normal. Any non-zero code means something specific has been flagged and needs attention. Now, I want to be straight with you here because I think honesty matters more than making something sound more impressive than it is. This is not the same depth as a full professional scan. A proper scan tool reads live sensor data, freeze frame data, and manufacturer-specific codes that go several layers deeper than this. What this gives you is a genuine first-pass health check. A 30-second gut check that costs absolutely nothing. I run this on every customer car the moment it pulls into my bay. Before I even put it on the lift, before I open the hood, I already know whether the car has flagged something internally. It shapes the entire inspection from the start. The fact that owners can do this themselves at home, anytime they want, and almost none of them know it exists, that right there tells you everything about how cars get sold in this country. Feature 6. Your car can move the seat before you even open the door. Most Toyota owners with power seats know about the memory preset buttons. You program your seat position, press the button, the seat moves. Simple. What almost nobody discovers is the layer underneath that, which is genuinely useful in a way the basic preset is not. On Lexus models and higher trim Toyotas, go into Vehicle Settings and find Memory Recall on Entry. Enable it. Now, when your specific key fob unlocks the car, the seat and mirrors begin adjusting to your programmed position automatically before you even open the door. You walk up, unlock, open the door, and the car is already set for you. The hidden part, the part most people never find, is the exit position feature in that same menu. Enable auto exit position. Now, every time you shift into park and turn off the engine, the seat slides back automatically to give you room to get out. Start the car again. It returns to your driving position. I showed this to a customer who had just bought a used Lexus ES, and she genuinely thought I had performed some kind of mechanical magic. I had pressed 4 buttons in a settings menu. That was it. But that is kind of the whole point of this video. Feature 7. The fuel display that actually changes how you drive. Toyota's standard fuel economy display shows you an average. It reports miles per gallon over the last trip or the last tank, depending on how you have it set. It is fine. It is not what I am talking about. What I am talking about is buried a few layers deeper, and it works completely differently. On Toyota and Lexus models, press and hold the display button while on the fuel economy screen for 3 seconds. The display shifts to a real-time fuel flow meter. Not an average, not an estimate. Actual fuel consumption updated 10 times per second, showing you exactly how many milliliters of fuel your engine is burning in real time. This sounds like a nerdy engineering toy, and honestly, yes, a little. But Toyota designed it specifically to change driver behavior, and it works. Studies on drivers who use real-time fuel displays versus average displays consistently show 10 to 15% permanent improvement in fuel economy after just 2 weeks of use. Because once you can see exactly what hard acceleration costs you in real time, you stop doing it reflexively. The data changes the habit. I started using this on my own daily driver, and within a month, I noticed a meaningful difference at the pump. Sometimes the engineering toys are also just useful. Feature 8. The emergency shutdown method that keeps you in control. Most drivers know that holding the push start button for 3 seconds will shut off the engine in an emergency. What most drivers do not know is that there is a better way to do it, and the difference matters more than you would think. If you hold the button for 3 seconds, the engine cuts. But depending on your speed, you may lose power-assisted steering and braking immediately after, and that is exactly what you do not want in an emergency. Here is what Toyota engineers actually want you to do. Neutral first, then press the start button once. The engine shuts off immediately and cleanly, while the car retains full power steering and full power braking. You maintain complete control of the vehicle while it rolls to a safe stop. Toyota addressed this specifically in a technical service bulletin after the unintended acceleration incidents in the early 2000s. The information exists. It is documented. Most owners have simply never heard it. If you drive a Toyota with a push-button start, memorize this right now. Neutral first, then press once. That sequence is the one that keeps you in control when it matters most. What Toyota is actually telling you with all of this. Here's what I keep coming back to every time I find one of these features. None of them exist for marketing. None of them are there to impress you on a test drive or show up on a spec sheet. Every single one was put there by an engineer who thought carefully about a specific real-world problem and built a quiet solution into the car without making a big deal about it. Battery guardian mode, because parking happens. Cold start protection, because physics does not care about your morning schedule. The emergency shutdown sequence, because emergencies are real. This is Toyota engineering philosophy, operating exactly the way it was designed to, protecting you and your car without asking for credit. The part that gets me is that your car has been doing all of this silently, waiting, fully built, and fully capable since the day you drove it off the lot. You just needed someone to tell you the features existed. That is what this channel is for. If this video saved you a repair bill, saved you from a dead battery at an airport, or just made you look at your Toyota a little differently than you did 20 minutes ago, hit subscribe. Every week, I am pulling back the curtain on Japanese engineering secrets that dealerships either do not know or would rather you did not. Next video, I am getting into the transmission fluid myth that is quietly killing more Toyotas than any mechanical failure. You are going to want to see that one. See you then.